Super Bowl champs. Now, well, they're 0-5, facing their worst start since 1979, say it isn't so. And yesterday's game just added more insult to injury.
Yeah, I mean, the word I think is embarrassing.
Yeah, it was.
For what happened. They could have won it, but they just blew themselves up, really. I mean, that's the story. Why don't we get into what's going on? And I want to get into what's happening in Eli's head, too. Let's bring in syndicated sports radio host, Sports Byline. See, I'm new here, so give me a break.
I don't know. Joe Spano.
Sports Byline, Joe Spano, and DailyNational.com sports editor Mike Bako.
Bako. There you go. He'll get it. He'll get it. He's new. He's just starting.
Okay. Coach him up. He'll be fine.
It was my Eli moment. I kind of, off the helmet there. What's going on with this guy? Is he cracking under pressure or what?
I wouldn't say that. The big problem with the Giants is no running game, losing the battle in the trenches, and Eli is forced to have to try and force things, and what results is mistake after mistake after mistake.
But it was looking good in the third quarter, and then they fell apart in the fourth quarter. I mean, there was hope there. There was hope that he was going to pull through.
There was hope for a moment, but it went from champs to chumps. You're almost, in the past, you would wait for the Giants to have a miraculous comeback. Now you're waiting for them to do something wrong. Eli leading the league in interceptions. He's trying to do too much, but eventually you kind of have to take a step back and look and say, wait a minute, how much of this is him trying to do too much? How much is it?
He's got no offense. He's got no defense. What are we going to do here if you could say something to him and say something to the team?
Well, it's not like a baseball situation where when you're having a bad season, you try to bring up some youngsters, try to inject some life into an offense or into a defense. Here, you're kind of stuck with what you have. You have now an injured David Wilson. You've got your guy, Brandon Jacobs. They brought him back, not really doing too much. So when Eli has to go under center and throw 40, 50 times, he becomes a little bit more predictable. Defenses can key just on what he's doing, and you're seeing the results.
Yeah, for all those folks that were thinking and talking about having the Giants be the first team ever to play the Super Bowl at home, I mean, that's done with, right?
Oh, that's a pipe dream that's not going to happen. The Giants are going to be lucky they don't win the #1 overall pick, and the reason they'll avoid that is the Jacksonville Jaguars are in the league.
All right, let's talk about the Jets. We got them tonight on picks against Atlanta. What do you think is going to happen? Is Geno going to do it?
I think going into a hostile territory like what they're doing, I think the deck is stacked against them. But this is an opportunity for the Jets to make their move. Patriots lost. Tom Brady had a bad game in Cincinnati. Dolphins lost. Bills lost. This is the Jets' opportunity.
But we're talking about Atlanta. Tell me about what you were saying about
Here's
Atlanta.
the glimmer of hope for the Jets. Atlanta's all banged up across their offensive line. Steven Jackson, their running back, out. Roddy White, their star wide receiver, having all kinds of injury issues, and he's having a bad year. That Atlanta offense is a shell of what it was last year. That's the glimmer of hope for the Jets.
But here's the thing. So they're 2-2. The 2 they've won were at home. The 2 they lost were away. Here we are playing away again.
And going into a very hostile territory. Monday Night Football, the crowd is going to be
It's big. I'm wearing green for a reason. I'm part of the flight crew right here. Listen, we want to tell everybody that, of course, we've got a pregame tonight here with Scott Sanford. We want everybody to tune in. Of course, we have the game tonight. Yes. The kickoff is at 8:40, pregame at 8 o'clock. Our Lisa Mateo is going to be part of it. She's going to be live with the Jets flight crew. So we want you to be part of the celebration. Also, I want to thank sports radio host, Sports Byline, Joe Spano, and DailyNational.com sports editor, Mike Bako. Thank you so much. And thank you so much for harassing Corey. I love that. He's part of the guy. He's like a guy now.
It was our pleasure. It's our way of welcoming him to the family. We got to harass him just a little bit.
It's Corey with a C, right?
Oh,
that's good. Boy.
That's
cold. Bako, that hurt.
I like
That's
that.
cold.
I like that. All right, time right now is 6:52. This is the PIX 11 Morning News ahead. How hard